Biden was born on November 20th, 1942, at St. Mary's Hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania, to Catherine Biden of Irish descent and Joseph Robinette Biden Sr. with English, French, and Irish ancestry. Biden is the oldest child in a Catholic family. He has a sister, Valerie, and two brothers, Francis and James. Biden's father was initially wealthy, but he suffered several financial setbacks by the time Biden was born. They lived for several years in an apartment and then moved to a house in Wilmington, Delaware. Biden was poor in studies, but he was also a natural leader. He was a class president in his junior and senior years of school. At the University of Delaware in New York, Biden briefly played freshman football and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1965 with a double major in history and political sciences and a minor in English. He had a C average and was ranked 506th in the class of 688. That's quite surprising, right? It just proves the point that what grades you get in school don't define you in life. On August 27, 1966, Biden married Nelia Hunter, who was a student at Syracuse University. Nelia Hunter had to overcome her parents' reluctance to wed a Roman Catholic. They had 3 children, Joseph R. Bo Biden, Robert Hunter Biden, and Naomi Christina Amy Biden. Just when Biden's life was getting stable, a tragedy occurred. On December 18, 1972, Biden's wife Nelia and their 1-year-old daughter Amy were killed in a car accident in Huckisson, Delaware. Biden's sons Bo and Hunter suffered a broken leg and a minor skull fracture, but doctors predicted they would recover fully. But the accident had filled Joe Biden with anger and religious doubt. He later wrote that he felt God had played a horrible trick on him. Three years later, in 1975, Biden went on a blind date arranged by his brother, where he met his second wife, Jill Tracy Jacobs. Jill was a teacher, and Biden credits her with the renewal of his interest in politics and life.
President Obama called Biden the best vice president America's ever had. And 2 years later, in 2019, Biden launched his campaign for U.S. president, and now he has been elected as the 46th president of the United States. But things did not start like this for him. So let's go take you back to the start of his career. Joe Biden, before returning to politics, worked as an attorney. Following graduation from law school in 1968, Biden moved to Wilmington, Delaware, to begin practicing at a law firm, and he was also an active member of the Democratic Party. In 1971, Biden was elected to the Newcastle County. The Delaware Democratic Party encouraged 29-year-old Biden to run against the popular Republican, J. Caleb Boggs, for the Senate. Biden recalls that he ran a tireless campaign organized mostly by his family members. His sister, Valerie Biden, served as his campaign manager, and both his parents campaigned daily for him. In the tight races, Biden describes it, he won and became the 5th youngest U.S. senator elected in the country's history, as well as Delaware's longest-serving senator. From 1973 to 2009, Biden served as a senator, and during his career, Biden won respect as one of the leading foreign policy experts, serving as chairman of the Committee on Foreign Relations for several years. His popular foreign policy positions included advocating for strategic arms limitations with the Soviet Union, promoting peace and stability with the Balkans, expanding NATO to include former Soviet bloc nations, and opposing the first Gulf War. In 1987, after proving himself as one of Washington's well-known Democratic lawmakers, Biden decided to run for the U.S. presidency, but however, during the same time, Biden said that he had been suffering severe headaches during campaigns and shortly after he decided to drop. Doctors discovered that he had 2 life-threatening brain problems, complications as well. From the following, brain surgery led to the blood clots in his lungs, which caused him to undergo another surgery. But Joey, as always, being resilient, returned to the Senate after a recovery period of almost 7 months. In 2007, almost 20 years after his first unsuccessful presidential campaign, Biden again decided to run for the U.S. presidency. And despite his years of experience in the Senate, Biden's campaign failed to generate momentum in a field dominated by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. He dropped out again after receiving less than 1% of the vote in the key Iowa caucuses. On November 2, 2008, Barack Obama and Joe Biden defeated the Republican nominees, Arizona Senator John McCain and Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. Running for re-election in 2012, the Obama-Biden team faced Republican challenger Mitt Romney and vice presidential running mate Paul Ryan of Wisconsin. Obama defeated Romney in the 2012 elections, earning himself a second term as president and Biden another term as vice president. In 2019, Biden delivered the expected news that he was running for president in 2020. On August 11, 2020, Biden announced Kamala Harris as his vice president, and he said, "I have the great honor to announce that I've picked Kamala Harris, a fearless fighter for the little guy, and one of the country's finest public servants, as my running mate." The much anticipated first presidential debate between Biden and Trump on September 29, 2020 was a messy affair, and it was marked by frequent interruptions and heated discussions that quickly spiraled off topic. Biden managed to get in several shots of the president's handling of the coronavirus pandemic and presented his views on law enforcement and climate change. On November 7, 2020, 4 years after Election Day, Biden was declared as the 46th president-elect after winning Pennsylvania. The soon-to-be 78-year-old was said to become the oldest president in the nation's history. Well, that should say something about him. Biden tweeted, "The work ahead of us will be hard, but I promise you, I will be a president for all Americans. Whether you voted for me or not, I will keep the faith that you have placed in me."
And in the year 2017, at the end of his administration, President Obama presented Joe Biden with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is America's highest civilian honor. And don't forget to watch our other videos and subscribe so more people can be reached and gain value from our videos. Thank you, and see you in the next video.